Glorious! No, I won't give in till I'm victorious. And I will.
Hello everybody, welcome to another edition of WGO. As always, I'm Chris Bryant, coming to you with a story I haven't told to very many people. In fact, this story I've never even told my family. Because, well, it involves a couple things that at the time I didn't think they would understand, agree with, or like. Well, here it goes. But before I start this story, I have to say that individuals in this story could be in a position of management or could be maybe more upstanding members of their own community. So for their anonymity, I hope I said that word correctly, I'm going to be using different names from the names of the people who are actually involved in this story. So for the purposes of this story, the friends I will be referring to, and no, before you ask, it's not Matt, Jason, Joseph, although God knows this sounds like something I'd get into with them. No, for the purposes of this story, the names will be Joe, Jack, and John. Yes. But the people who were involved in this story, if you're watching, you know who you are. This happened when I was still in the military. Well, my buddy, John, finally passed his sergeant exam. Yeah, he was happy about this. We were the same rank. I could no longer call him Specialist Dumbass. And before you ask, I was the only person who called him that because we were friends. So, we're out at the local bar. I can't say the name, again, for purposes of possibly even legality at this point, but also anonymity. We had been drinking, and when I drink, I get funny. And at some point, while we were having fun, I began using an English accent. I was basically telling the lads how much fun it'd be that we're out there having fun, but it'd be a lot more fun if we had some ladies about, maybe some tavern wenches, you know how it goes. Well, apparently I didn't even realize I was doing that. Well, I went to the bar to get us another round of shots. On the way back from the bar to my booth, I was stopped by a guy who was about 6'4", 200 pounds. It's no record, but, bigger than I was at the time. He stood up, and this was an honest-to-God Englishman. And he said, "Oi, mate, real quick, me and the lads here, we don't really appreciate the imitation you were doing over there. If you could keep it down, we'd appreciate it." Now, he was being nice. I was drunk. I was not being nice. If you can say I said this to him, it'd be nice. I more or less slurred. "Well, I'm sorry about that, Governor. Me and my lads will try to keep it down. Long live the Queen." I learned that day you don't make fun of the Queen. Now, he had 4 friends with him. I had 3. Apparently, him and his 4 friends were going to stand up and teach me a lesson about courtesy. But before any of his boys could stand up, John had ran from our booth to where this was going down and tackled one of the guys who was getting up. There was that stunned moment of silence. Time seemed to freeze, and a million ideas ran through my mind. And the only idea I had that I thought would work was to take those 4 shots of tequila and throw it in this guy's face. I did. It worked. And then it was 4 on 5. Yeah, that meant one of us was always going to have to take on an extra guy. And I learned a couple of very important things about bar fights. 1, Hollywood lied to us. Yeah, when you whack a guy in the back with a bar stool, what happens in the movies? Oh, that bar stool shatters and that guy falls like a sack of bricks. In real life, you hit a guy with a bar stool, all you get is a nice thud, and that guy falls on top of you. And what I mean by that was, my buddy Joe cracked one of the guys in the back with a bar stool, and this guy was in the process of using my stomach to practice his bongo solo, and when that bar stool made contact with his back, he fell on top of me. He was a big guy. And here's the worst part of the fight. These were rugby players. Yeah, these guys beat the crap out of each other for fun. And we're having a freaking fight. Another thing I learned, you whack someone in the face with a beer bottle, it doesn't shatter like in the movies. It makes a nice sound, and it does stagger the guy you hit with it. Another thing I learned about that fight, when a guy punches you in the face, it hurts. But you know what else hurts? Punching a guy in the face. Yeah. Go up to just some random guy, if you want to talk, you know what I'm talking about, and punch him square in the face. You'll feel great, but your hand will hurt. Man, I'm glad I was drinking that night. It probably would have felt a lot worse. The fight lasted for less than 2 minutes, but I swear it felt longer. And if you're wondering why no one called the police department, this local bar was notorious for stuff like this. So no one ever called the cops. No one ever reported it. Pretty much, just pay for whatever you break. Well, I don't know how, but me and my guys ended up on this side. Him and his guys ended up on that side. And it's like that scene from Marvel's Civil War where they're facing off. And I'm ready to go. I say I'm ready to go. Inside, I was like, why are we fighting? Stop. I can't take anymore. I hurt. So, the guy who initially stopped me, he takes a step forward. And me, being drunk and stupid and brave, I'm like, oh, come on. Come on, pal. I can do this all night. Come on. He does this. I'm like, what is this? He says, put it there. I'm like, okay. Shook his hand. And then he says, we would like to buy you boys around. You want to what? We want to buy you boys around. That's the best fight we had since we left London. Yeah. I learned another thing that night. When you have a cut right here and you take a shot of Jack Daniels, God, does it hurt. Yeah. Yeah, that was a fun night. Never told that story to my parents or my sisters. I've told it to a few people. And Matt, Jason, Joseph, I'm sorry I never told you guys that story, but I thought you guys would have been upset that I had my first bar fight and it wasn't with you guys there to back me up. But hey, it is what it is. Life goes on, and I'm pretty sure at some point we'll be in a bar fight together. And it will be glorious. Oh, yes. Just like my entrance theme song to the show, it will be glorious. I'm not going to torture y'all with singing. Instead, I'm just going to say, hey, if you've been in a bar fight, drop me a comment. Tell me what happened. Tell me how it went. Did you win? Did you lose? Did you drink with the person who beat the crap out of you afterwards? Hey, if you like this video, hit that like button. If you want to share this video, which I really hope you do, slap that share button and get me out there. Tell your buddies to come check out my show. Subscribe if you're not a subscriber. If you're a subscriber on YouTube who has his own channel or his own page, I'll give you a shout out next video like I do for anyone who subscribes, and I can actually see the names. Check me out on Facebook. Hit me up at Christopher Bryant, and I'll give you a shout out next show for dropping me a friend request. And leave comments below. Please leave comments. I'd like to do another Viewer's Choice episode at some point in the near future. So start dropping ideas, start dropping topics. Or if you just want to drop me a link telling me how bad I suck at my show, go ahead. I'm open to criticism. So this is Chris Bryant saying see you later. You guys keep being awesome. I'm going to go see if I can get into another bar fight. Peace out.